Hi, my name is Alwyn. Thank you for taking this time in joining me through this discussion. Something that I've been looking at quite a bit recently, facilitation. What is a facilitator? Who is a facilitator? What is facilitation? Is it different to anything else? We have been hearing this for a long time, but how did we get here? And are we facilitators? Are we just still utilizing our traditional methods and calling ourselves facilitators? Now, the only way I can explain this is through my own journey. How did I get here? So, my starting point, in actual fact, I was a technician. That's where I started. And when I actually started off as a technician, the fact that I could even switch on a computer, it was like, whoa. Well, the fact that I had an A plus at that time, it's like, whoa, now you're like, God, okay? Was this awesome? I definitely didn't have the personality for facilitation. I was very much an introvert at the time. But after watching a few trainers at that point were known as trainers, uh, I was blown away, but on a weird sense. And it's so weird how each person's journey is very, very different. And depending on our values and our beliefs and what we want to achieve, our goals may be totally different, but we may still reach to this similar outcome, totally different journeys. And mine was because I did not want to be dirty. I was tired of being dirty. And here were these facilities that always look so clean, or these trainers that look so clean, and I wanted to be like them. So after few discussions with management to move me in that direction, they were like, no, you first of all, you don't have the personality. Second, you too young, as well as this is for women. This is more women's league at that point. So I thought, no, but this is really what I wanted to do. So I left my position and the aim to actually become a trainer. And one of the things that I did to actually try and understand what training was about, I shadowed another trainer. And after 1 week of spending time with her, I was just blown away. I remember sitting on the Friday afternoon in the back of the room looking at her, and I said, wow, wow, I want to be you. I want to be just like you. And then she looked at me very stern, very straight, and said, no. What? Why? And she was like, training is techniques, and technique is technique, but you still need your own uniqueness added to this. And it's only that uniqueness that defines something different. So if you're just going to look at training and just technique, then that's all you're ever going to do. If you're going to mimic somebody's technique, then all that is technique. You still need your own unique self. So then she asked me a question. Okay, why do you want to be a trainer? I said, oh, wow. Well, why I want to be a trainer is because I want to impart all this knowledge that I have onto the learners that come into my class. And she looked at me, are you serious? That makes no sense. Why would you do that? Why would you want to spend this time imparting all the so-called knowledge that you think you have onto these people? Do you think that's what they're here for, to sit and just listen to you blab, blab, blab about information? That's not why they attend a course. So why do learners attend a course? How did you learn the so-called knowledge that you have? So I thought, okay, at that time I couldn't afford to take myself on courses and for training and stuff. So a lot of my knowledge came from buying books, reading books, and through experience. And when I told her this, she said, well, then anybody can do what you just did. In actual fact, all these learners that come and sit in your class, they can also do the same thing. They can go to a bookstore, buy a book, and actually learn. So why would they bother to even spend that money to even be sitting in your class? So what is the purpose of you training? What is the purpose of that learner being in your class? I was a bit confused. I just thought, well, that just killed me and things, because I actually have no answers to this. And she said, it doesn't matter what the content is, because they're not there for the content. The content is easy to get. The content is by them getting the book and reading. What you there is to build the confidence. You are there to build their confidence. So if a learner leaves your class and they sit there and trying to work out something that you had shown them, and they say, Alwyn showed me this. Oh, no, forget it, forget it. I'm not going to even try. I have no clue where to even get started. Then you have not done your job correctly. However, if that learner has gone through and said, okay, Alwyn showed me this. I can't quite remember, but let me try. Then you have done your job correctly. Then you have done what you were supposed to do. And I was blown away because I was, wow, then that's what this is about. And that's when I also got into the journey where I started to realize you will never know everything. You will never have an understanding of every single thing. And if you feel that you know everything, you can't really help anybody. At that point, you buy a coconut, find an island, and then live there because you can't impart anything onto these people. So you start to realize that you're a constant lifelong learner, that everything around you, whether you're in your class, whether you're learning about your learners, whether you're learning about yourself or even the subject, you're always learning. There's nothing the same. Everything is a constant change over and over, trying to develop, redevelop, change your values, change your beliefs, change your mindset, reaching various outcomes. Now, training in the old days was very much rigid. It was very much step by step. So let's make a cup of coffee. In order to make a cup of coffee, let us all take our cup and all add 1 sugar, 2 sugars, whatever. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Everybody get the steps? Awesome. Let's follow the steps. If you didn't understand the steps, it didn't quite matter as long as you knew what the step actually was. If you didn't know why you were even putting sugar, that didn't really matter as long as you reached the outcome. And now we've changed that perspective. We're like, okay, guys, we want to make a cup of coffee, the perfect cup of coffee. How do you make your cup of coffee? How do I make my cup of coffee? It could be very, very different. But can we make a cup of coffee at the end of the day? Yeah, we may do it in different ways. And that is what changed in the context of our classes, where we're no more looking at step by step. The step by step is just a guideline, but not a rigid guideline anymore. Each person can utilize their own experiences, their own understanding to reach the objective. You, as a facilitator, facilitates that process through utilizing various tools and techniques and methodologies to get those learners to that outcome. And in that journey, you end up learning. It's why I must admit, in a lot of my classes, I take the position of the learner. I actually get off my seat and sit in a learner seat and take the learners to be facilitators, get them to facilitate the class. And through that, they actually then build the class to what they want to. You just guide the class within the frame that you need it to be. And that's what facilitation then becomes. It's not you standing and blurbing and blurbing and blurbing a whole lot of stuff. It's about guiding your learners to that outcome. Understanding they all have their own lifelong journey in order to reach the same outcome. So our job is just facilitating that. Knowing and understanding as much as they will learn, you will learn. And that's the purpose of facilitation and a facilitator. So I hope this gives you some kind of idea, and hope that you can also send me videos, send me information on what you did in order to become a facilitator, how it was your road to become a facilitator. Thank you for joining me and watching this little session.